Podcast. We are back
Yes, yes.
another week. So much going on in the world of
Ooh,
sports.
buddy.
I'm your host, Jason Flake. My co-host, Lance Reynolds, aka the People's Champ.
What up, though?
We like to start the show the same way, man. Thanking y'all so very, very much. Everybody has one family, man, for the engagement, for showing us so much love this past week, man. Over 43,000 views on the YouTube channel, thousands of likes, hundreds of comments, hundreds of shares, um, just so much love on all the social sites as well, man. A lot of comments, man. Like I try to engage as much as I can, man. A little bit of engagement on the social sites, man. A little bit of going back and forth with people. You're always respectful, man. Always with love, man. I always enjoy the interaction with the Everybody Has One family. Thank y'all so much, man. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. That's Everybody Has the number one sports podcast on YouTube. Everybody Has One spelled out podcast everywhere else. That's Facebook, that's Instagram, that's TikTok, and that's Twitch. Make sure you hit us up on all those sites. Follow us, friend us. And if there's a sports topic that you'd like to hear us talk about, make sure you hit us in the direct messenger on any one of those platforms. We always check them and we will try to get that on for you. Thank you all so much. We definitely appreciate all the love. We feel the love. And as we continue to try to grow this platform, man, we know that that is impossible to do without the Everybody Has One family tapping in with us, staying engaged, sharing the information, propagating it, sharing it with your friends and your family. So thank you all again, man.
Yeah, we're growing, bro.
Yeah, we are, man. It's very, very important, man. We growing real fast, man. It's coming at us very, very quickly. And we hope we continue to provide y'all with excellent content, man, stuff that y'all enjoy listening to. But without further ado, man,
Yeah.
lots of topics, man, we need to jump into. We usually start with the Lions. Of course, they were on a bye week this week.
Yeah.
We'll do just a small amount of housekeeping before we get to this gambling scandal. Hutch did sign an extension today.
Yeah.
It's a 4-year, $180 million one, so a little bit less than what Michael Parsons got. He got 4 years, 188. However, Hutch did get more guaranteed money. He got $141 million guaranteed. Michael Parsons got 136.
Yeah.
Overall, I think I'm good with it. We all knew it was coming. I like Hutch in our system. Obviously, he's homegrown entirely. Went to high school here. His family's from here. Went to college at University of Michigan, and of course, we drafted him. So I mean, everybody knew he wasn't going anywhere, and he's a top tier talent. Obviously, he's a defensive player of the year candidate, and he was last year before the devastating injury. But I'll take your thoughts on that. We'll toss around how we feel about the Minnesota game. And we'll be real brief because it's not a lot to discuss. I mean, we're gonna put BTA where Minnesota is concerned.
Yeah, who's playing quarterback for them this week?
It's gonna be JJ. Carson Wentz is undergoing season-ending shoulder surgery
that he should have had 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So
good job there, guys.
Yeah, he shredded his shoulder up. I mean, not that it would have looked any different if it was Carson Wentz, JJ McCarthy, JJ Evans, whoever comes in here. It's gonna be belt to backside.
Lions by 3 scores.
It's gonna be belt to backside. Come 1:00 on Sunday.
BTA.
Yeah. But after a bye week, Dan Campbell's record is obviously excellent. We're gonna be ready to go. The guys are gonna be fresh, and it's gonna be a bad afternoon for Minnesota. Not that they've obviously got talent, but JJ is essentially a rookie quarterback.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be good. He's still figuring things out. I think that he's got potential to be good.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 7 minutes of good NFL quarterbacking on his belt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's got potential to be good, but
I love him. Hey, man, want us a chip.
I agree. Yeah,
You know,
I think JJ
but-
still, the book is not written on him. I think he's got potential to be good, but it's not going to start Sunday.
Yeah, this ain't the week.
This is going to be hard lesson week. This is not going to be a feel good week where you put some good tape together.
Right.
This is going to be one of them ones where you learn and move on. But I'll take your thoughts, man. I'll take your thoughts on the Hutch signing, the Vikings game coming up. I think we probably have pretty much a consensus on that we're going to handle our business and do what we got to do to put the Vikings away. But what say the people's champ?
Well, I think with the Hutch thing, it was more so a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Really, the hang-up for me was how well he bounces back from the injury.
Yeah.
That was pretty much the question. The number is pretty much going to be set to market.
Yeah, right. The market's already told us what these guys get paid.
So, I'm glad they were able to get it taken care of early.
Yep.
It didn't, linger on throughout the season into the off season. Get it taken care of now. Hopefully they can find a number for Anzalone, get that taken care of, and move on.
Yep.
As for the game Sunday, yeah, I think we handle our business. Just don't look past them.
Yeah, no doubt. Yep, can't look overlook.
It's still the NFL.
Yep.
And 2-3 plays here or there. Next thing you know, you're in a dog fight.
Yeah, no doubt. Grown men with pride, man.
Yeah.
It's always dangerous.
So, but and as you mentioned earlier, after the bye, Dan Campbell, his record is quite impressive. So, yeah, I think two score win.
Yep, I think so. Yep, a multiple score win, I think is in the cards. I think Minnesota will be game because I think they playing for their season at this point. So they will be desperate. Truth be told,
if I maybe add something, I think there's a high probability that Brian Branch plays with his hair on fire.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think he's gonna play well. I expect the DBs to continue the momentum that they had from the Monday night game. I don't expect that to
the Legion of Whom.
Yeah, exactly. I don't expect that to draw back. I expect those guys to continue to come out and play well. It won't surprise me to see them keep that momentum. But the only other question that I'll ask you before we move on from Lions talk is the trade deadline is coming up. And I notice what the Lions do near every trade deadline is re-sign one of our guys. I always say that that's our trade deadline, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's almost their way of signaling to us, don't expect much. But there has been one name bandied about, Jalen Phillips, the edge rusher from the Miami Dolphins. And apparently that's been the big trade rumor. And of course I think he's got 1 year left on his deal. So it's kind of, he'd be a rental. So, he's not one of those guys that's going to bleed into our off season. Cause obviously we got Gibbs, we got Laporta, we got some other guys that we want to sign.
He's this year's Adarius Smith.
Correct. Yeah. So, what are the chances of that happening in your estimation? If you had to spitball it, again, they always kind of give us one of our guys around the trade deadline.
Yeah, I would have to take a look at the injury report and see who's coming back within the next few weeks.
Right.
Because I have it up right now.
Okay, go ahead now.
So they didn't practice today, but based off of what they would have estimated, Terry Arnold would have been a full participant. Kirby, Craig Williams are the only two people who probably wouldn't have practiced. And then Decker and Malcolm Rodriguez, they were like participants.
Okay.
And then Avante Maddox also would have been a light participant.
Oh, okay. So, they even talking about Maddox. Okay.
And Rodrigo,
yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, so it's no better than 50-50 in my estimation that we will pull something like that off. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I like Jalen Phillips. I like him a lot. I think he would be a great addition to what we doing up front. I mean, obviously, give you another edge rusher. He's a really.
Would you think we give up a 3 or a 4?
That's a good question. That's the other good question. Yeah, maybe something like that. Because I think that Miami is a seller at this point. I don't think that I think they just want to get him off the books.
Yeah, I think that's trending towards fire sale fast.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know what they would be looking for. Yeah, but maybe a 3 or a 4, something like that. And I think we have a surplus of 3s because I think we have some of those, and I forget, I'm having a brain fart on what you call them, some of those conditional, like how they have those extra 3rd round picks. So I think we have a little bit of a surplus of 3rd round picks. Don't quote me on that, but I think we have a couple of additional 3rd round picks somewhere. So we might, just have one in reserve that we can give up. Because we've actually done pretty well with 3rd round picks, and getting guys in that spot. So I don't want to minimize that, but I do like Jalen Phillips.
I mean, you add a Jalen Phillips, and now you add where you continue to incorporate Aleem McNeil back, into the fold.
Pass rush could be real nasty.
I mean, that could get funky.
Yeah. I agree. I like it. I would love to see them pull the trigger on Jalen Phillips, get somebody like that, young, hungry, and on the last year of his deal, so he still wants to put real good tape together, and he knows he's coming to a situation where we would be playing for a championship, so he would be motivated. A change of scenery for him, I think it could be excellent, but Brad Holmes is very he's under aggressive in these situations. So, we'll have to wait and see. Go ahead now.
Next year we have our 1st, 2nd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 2 7s.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. So next year we don't have a 3. Okay. Got it. So I mean, maybe we give him a 4.
Yeah, we're not giving up no 2s.
Yeah, no, we're not giving him
we'll give him a 4.
Yeah, give him a 4. But let's get to this gambling scandal, because I'm fascinated by this,
man.
And this broke right after we, of course, after we got off last week.
And did it break?
Gambling scandal in the NBA. So Chauncey, the 3 most prominent names. Let's just get that out the way. Is Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier being the active player. Chauncey is an active coach. Now, Chauncey is not accused of anything related to basketball thus far.
Right.
The FBI is saying that it is an ongoing investigation, but thus far, he has not been accused of anything related to basketball. He's accused of participating in rigged poker games.
Yes.
This is all alleged. And let me say allegedly, just to be politically correct.
Yeah. Bond villain level poker game.
Right. Yes.
And
and apparently he's, in connection with the La Cosa Nostra crime syndicate.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable saying that online.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, this is all alleged. Go ahead now. Yeah, the 5 families, right? Yeah, the La Cosa Nostra. Yeah, so right, exactly. This is all alleged, allegedly. Damon Jones and Terry Rozier, obviously, theirs is a little bit more ominous. So I want to be factual. So allegedly, Jones specifically on February 9, 2023, gave non-public game-related injury information of an unnamed player who fits the description of LeBron James. This is what is reported, all alleged. Of a text message to a co-conspirator that James would not be playing, even though he had not yet been ruled out. And apparently he told the guy to bet against the Lakers. The guy did, and the Lakers lost. And they didn't report necessarily, what reward or what money he received based upon that tip. Rozier, in March of 2023, when he was still playing for the Hornets, allegedly informed a co-conspirator that he would be removing himself from a game early against the New Orleans Pelicans. That information was then sold to multiple parties who placed more than $260,000 in bets on what I'm assuming were Rozier's unders. He removed himself from the game in the first quarter. He, of course, was under his points, assists, and 3-pointers. So again, and they haven't been specific on what.
And they alerted the league about the spike in activity on Rozier for that
on his unders. Yes.
Okay.
Correct. So again, this is all allegedly. Yep.
Yes,
I want to say allegedly just to be
but that's important.
politically correct. But yes. So a couple of things. So just about the Chauncey situation.
Mm-hmm.
Let me jump back to that because in my own life, my grandfather got caught up in a situation when he was much later in his life, near 70, in a criminal situation. And I mean, I'm not going to get into all of the specifics of it. My grandfather was a general surgeon,
Mm-hmm.
as is my father. My father's retired. But if you read the facts of the case, and they are available online, obviously, if you looked at the facts, he was obviously coerced. I mean, there was just no way that, it was very small amounts. So he was a working surgeon at the time. These were very small amounts of money, and it had to do with some prescriptions that were being written. He was not a drug addict. The two other tackheads involved were, you know what I'm saying? Like, and these amounts of money would have been something for them and nothing for, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole scheme, you could just look at the scheme and be like, yeah, he was obviously coerced. And so with Chauncey's situation, I'm not ruling out that he was possibly coerced. And even if he wasn't, I'm not ruling out the fact that he's going to say that, listen, when people named Gambino and Genevieve start telling you to participate in poker games, you're going to do it.
It's only one version of the story. You can tell, bro.
Yeah, like once when they tell you to do it, you're going to do it, man, whether you want to or not, even if you maybe participated in one game. And again, this is all alleged, so I'm not accusing anybody of anything. But even if you participate in one game willingly, Chauncey Billups making $5 million a year coaching the Portland Trailblazers. He obviously doesn't need the money. So even if you do it one time and it's a thrill and you're like, oh yeah, that was fun. We guys built some people out some money. If he continued to do it over though, I gotta believe that he was coerced somewhere in some way or another. Or I would at least say I'm not gonna rule that out for him. These other two numbskulls sending text messages back and forth. I mean, I don't really have a lot to say about that. That's just dumb. So you sending text messages, giving up game information. I mean, that's just, I don't even know what to say about that, man.
Sounds like something Damon Jones would do.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, y'all, take yourself to jail, bro. If you you sending text, y'all don't understand that this technology, none of it is private. It all can be accessed very easily. I'm not encouraging anybody to cheat or do anything illegal, but if you're gonna do it, I mean, you sending simple text messages about with the information containing the information.
That's buffoonery.
Yeah, I mean, so at any rate, man, what say the people's champ, man? I just wanted to give some background information, man, for the people who may or may not be fully aware of the story even by now. That's what has taken place. That is what is being alleged, and that is why arrests were made. And obviously Chauncey and Terry Rozier, who are Terry Rozier is obviously an active player. Chauncey was an active coach. They have both been put on leave. So what say you, man?
I have a lot of thoughts about this.
Yeah.
Of course, the initial shock, because the story came literally out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And, the names involved, Terry Rozier's name was floating around for a while now, even going back to the Jonte Porter situation in case, 2 years ago, year and a half ago?
Correct.
So his name was kind of floating around out there with this kind of activity.
True.
Again, to Justin's point, the Damon Jones has just been associated with clownish behavior over there. Again, this is all alleged, so let me say that. But with the Chauncey situation, that just kind of that sucked to hear about.
Yeah, that did.
I mean, of course, us being a local podcast, Chauncey Billups in this city and the history with that, and Chauncey being just a respected guy around the NBA. I mean, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So then my, after the initial shot, my mind starts to, rabbit hole into this whole situation and go, this could get really, 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 really funky.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah.
Because Chauncey Billups was one of the more popular players in the league,
right,
in terms of just being well liked. I don't know if he was the players president or vice president.
The Players Association.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But I believe he was
held
somewhere in a high ranking role on the Players Association.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And poker is something that you do with the homies.
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, if this was going on, how many homies are involved or played? Or, there's already so many names being. I suggest people, if you want like all of the minutiae and details, go check out Pablo Torre. He's like ankles deep in this stuff.
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest, we're gonna wake up to a Pablo Torre finds out episode one morning, and it's gonna only seem that we scratched the surface of the whole poker game side of this.
Yeah. And that's my thing, man. It's how far does this go?
Right.
And the other thought I had was, you kind of knew that this was going to come once and all of the sports leagues started partnering with these gaming sites.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and not excusing any of this.
No.
But Michael Porter Jr. on a podcast made a point that I never heard anyone make, and it made sense. And again, not justifying it, but it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
So you're one of these multi-millionaire athletes. You got friends, family, and they are always, nagging you for this, that, and the third. This, that, and the third. And as opposed to you having to call your accountant every 10 days or 30 days because, Cut and Pete need $5,000 for whatever.
Right.
You can be like, hey, bro, you got $150. All right, man, put it on, such and such and such.
Right.
Right. I tweaked my ankle the other day. I don't really feel like it tonight that much anyway. And, if we blow these cats out, I'm probably chill. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And as opposed to you going to tell your account, hey man, take 150 and I'm gonna do this, and now you got 4,500.
Right. Right.
Again, I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
But also
that's for plausible scenario.
But also if little old me is thinking this, you don't think some Tom Slick financial advisor to some of these players is like, hey man, look, we getting tired of this.
Right.
Hey, you're gonna be broke.
Yeah.
You better think of something. They may not advise you to do that, but they're like, hey man, you better think of something.
Yeah.
And maybe this is an alternative.
Yeah.
And then that turns into a slippery slope, because now you got family members involved. And we all know what happens when they start squeezing family members that can't afford the attorneys that the players can.
Right.
Cue up the mics, and it's not for doing this. You know what I mean? And, so there's that part of it. And then lastly, finally, and I'll let you cook. To me, I just think that, and again, this is just my opinion, this is something that I don't think, when it all washes out, that Adam Silver will be able to recover from.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think this will be the
death knell for him.
Because I think what it'll start to do, it'll be the beginning of the peeling of the onion.
Right. Right. Okay. I see what you. Yeah. That was going to be one of the questions that I posed.
Because, again, we don't know how far this thing is going.
Right. That's where I was going.
Cash Money is already talking about calling this guy down in front of the Senate.
Yeah.
And testifying. There's already this investigation going on that they tried to sweep under the rug with Steve Ballmer.
Yeah.
And this Kawhi Leonard situation with the shell company.
Right.
Which in general basic layman terms looks like fraud.
Right.
It's just a lot around the Adam Silver name. And so you've got those legal, and those are just like two legal situations, because even going back to your point with the Terry Rozier, if they find out that the league was made aware, and that can be proven that they were made aware of that activity of Terry Rozier back when he was still in Charlotte,
right,
and then they let him continue to do this for another year and a half,
right,
and after that, they basically shut him down for the rest of that year to kind of let the story die down, and then you got stuff like this Steve Ballmer stuff going on.
yeah.
And then you couple that with you're losing your fans. You've been losing your fans. I mean, certain viewership, if you look at it, for certain stars are there. But with this whole old management thing,
Oh yeah, no.
and
NBA ratings have been on the steady decline for
and now
quite some time.
And now you've literally made watching the game pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Like if you want to watch like basketball, where before you could get the league pass and watch all of your teams, you're at around like $240. You catch a special for $150.
right.
Now we're talking like $600 for the year.
Yeah,
because you got to get Prime, you got to get Peacock, you got to get ESPN Go and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So you're losing your fans. The All-Star game has become an unwatchable puddle of vomit.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's unwatchable. You put that on at 9:00, and then it's a layup line that
Right.
no and a dunk line and a pull-up 3-point shooting contest that nobody wants to watch, where it once was the best All-Star game of all 4 major sports.
Yep.
So now that you're losing the fans, there's been a back and forth banner about the actual product and gameplay, whether it be competitiveness, load management, style of play with the 3-point shot versus
we touched on that
the
last
low
week.
all of that in the pot going.
Yeah.
And it's been bubbling for a while. And now you throw in something where we can hang this guy, like where we're looking for something legally where we can hang this guy on.
Yeah.
I don't think he survived it. If this goes the way it looked like it's going to me. And like I said, that's just my opinion.
No, I mean those are all solid points. The only thing, I don't have much more to add. The only thing that I will add to that, because I don't, like what is unclear to me is the commissioner works for the owners. So the only thing that is unclear to me is I don't really know how the owners feel about Adam Silver. That they're very, I'm not gonna say they quiet about it. Like, for example, the NFL owners love Roger Goodell. You know what I'm saying? Like, for as much as the fans don't like him, he gets booed all the time at the draft and all of that.
A raise every time.
The owners love him. So, you can, for as much hand wringing as goes on with the fan base, owners like him. It's very hard to gauge how the owners feel about Adam Silver. Now, with that being said, I have to agree with you that if this is just the tip of the iceberg and there are more players that are doing this, they're going to have to clean house.
Yeah.
And it's going to have to start at the commissioner's office.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be like, we're going to get rid of the commissioner and promote the assistant commissioner like they always do. No. It's going to have to be a complete cleaning of the house. And you're going to have to make an example out of players. And, listen, let's be real. Gambling in sports is nothing new. I got one name for you, Pete Rose.
Yep.
Gambling in sports ain't nothing new. And
Hank
players,
Hill.
players betting on the games ain't nothing new. Point shaving scandals ain't nothing. The Black Sox scandal happened in the 20s.
1918.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, like it happened in so point shaving, all kinds of underhanded things happening in sports around gambling and sports betting is really nothing new.
Yep.
We just know about it now. You got everybody wagering on games, not just a few gangsters or a few people or Las Vegas residents who can pull up to a sports book.
Yep.
Now it's the whole country. Now everybody is looking.
Yep.
Everybody's watching. Everybody wants to see what's going on. At the push of a button on your phone, you can make a wager. So now everybody is interested, and this impacts the entire country. So I agree with you. If this turns out to be deeper than just a couple of guys, I think that Adam Silver could possibly survive this.
Right.
But if it's more, if there are more names of active players that come up and come out, he's not going to survive that.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of, man.
Yeah. And I'm concerned about that too. I'm like, if you squeeze it down, and like I said, even Chauncey he's not accused of manipulating games. Yeah.
Though if you look at some of his substitution patterns,
I agree. I'm like, what are you doing?
It will lead you to think some things.
But I think that about a lot of coaches.
True.
So
facts.
So
that's real. But to be a smart to play for Larry Brown for years, and you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like we
be best friends with Ty Lue.
We'll touch on that,
and that's another. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, we going down that road. Because I actually,
I'm scared of this.
We're gonna get to the Pistons in a minute because I actually want to talk about rotations and stuff like that
for sure.
Because that's an NBA conversation, but I digress. As developments happen in the gambling scandal for the NBA. Please believe.
Yeah, for sure.
This will be your place, man. Everybody has one. Will be your place.
Hey, people, what y'all think? Y'all think Adam Silver, if this gets bigger and if this gets uglier and more players are named in this gambling scandal, do you guys think Adam Silver survives this? Let us know.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't see how you can, but let's switch gears, man, because I've been hearing the narrative, man. I want to do something. It's going to seem a little odd, but I want to defend Myles Garrett.
Okay.
Just for a moment, man, because I've been hearing a lot of weird comments that I find off base.
Oh, you took the money.
Yeah. And about his frustration, about him throwing his helmet, sitting down at the end of the bench. And a lot of people saying, you knew Cleveland stunk when you signed the extension in February. And first of all,
bring it home. I think I know where this is going. Bring it home.
First of all, he had 2 more years left on his contract, and Andrew Berry had made it clear that he was not going to trade him. So he did. He stuck around in Cleveland. He went ahead and signed it. You might as well take the money because you're going to be there for, this year and next year anyway. And last year, they were 3-14. He wasn't throwing his helmet and refusing, to sit near his teammates. Myles Garrett is not living in a bubble. Myles Garrett, he can see teams like the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, Lord, I wish I had an Oregon.
The Indianapolis Colts, he knows that the only difference between the Indianapolis Colts last year, who had a losing record, and the Indianapolis Colts this year is one thing and one thing only.
Preach on it.
Is competent quarterback play. Competent quarterback play has them with the number 1 offense and the top 10 defense.
Yes.
The most important thing about Myles Garrett's frustration, and he can't say it, but we can, is that he has a coach in Kevin Stefanski that is actively sabotaging the team. He understands that they're a personnel decision away from competent quarterback play. And Kevin Stefanski is making decisions that are outside of the interest of winning. If you go to any sports book right now and you look up the favorite to win the NFC North, it's the 2-5 Baltimore Ravens. The Cleveland Browns are 2-6. Myles Garrett understands that his team still could win the division. Now, I don't believe that the Cleveland Browns can win the division, but I'm trying to get into the mind of an otherwise frustrated player. And understand that being on a bad team and being on a team with a coach that is actively sabotaging the team, those are 2 separate things. Kevin Stefanski is so insecure about his own decision that he won't even let Shedeur Sanders take reps with the first team. He let Dylan Gabriel take reps with the first team when Joe Flacco was the starting quarterback because he knew that nobody in their right mind would see Dylan Gabriel taking reps with the first team and think that he should be the starter over Joe Flacco. But because Shedeur Sanders so routinely outperformed all of the other quarterbacks in OTAs, minicamp, and training camp, including Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett and Dillon Gabriel, he doesn't want to even let him take reps with the first team because he knows that any onlooking media, the rest of the coaching staff, the players, and anybody else who can see will know that he's much more competent playing quarterback than Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel is averaging less than 5 yards per attempt.
4.22.
Which is abysmal. He's attempted, I believe, 5 passes of more than 20 yards. And he's completed none of them.
Nope.
Well, he completed one of them to the New England Patriots defensive back when he threw it. And the New England Patriots defensive back had to make a great catch. Just to give you some context. So Myles Garrett understands all of this. This is the context that people don't understand. This is more than being on a bad team.
Mm-hmm.
This is about having a head coach that is actively sabotaging the team, and nobody in the media is saying that. They like, well, it's a quarterback decision. And so, no, this is beyond a quarterback decision.
Yeah.
This is beyond that.
Yep.
I throw my helmet too. Anybody would. You know, growing up, man, I would, by the time I got to a certain age, my sister, I have, one sister that's 17 months older than me. She got to a point, she didn't want to go to the football games anymore. So it was just me and my dad. And my dad explained something to me about football. And as much as I love the international series, because I like watching football games at 9:30 in the morning, and that will resume on November the 9th. He explained to me that football is American. It's probably never going to catch on internationally because every inch of the playing surface is contested. It's a land acquisition game. It's the only sport that's like that. It's not free flowing. It's not easy to move the ball. Everything is contested.
Yep.
These guys are modern day gladiators. What's happening with Kevin Stefanski is undermining the integrity of the game. It's an NFL problem. It's not just I'm not a Cleveland Browns fan. I don't care about the Cleveland Browns. This is an NFL problem. These dudes are modern day gladiators. They out there risking life and limb. That's why Myles Garrett is throwing his helmet. That's why he said he would trade in the 5-sack game for a win, because these guys are out there risking life and limb. This is an integrity of the game problem. This is an NFL problem. You got somebody out there making decisions that have to do with something other than winning.
Yeah.
There's other bad coaches in the NFL.
Yeah. It's a pride problem too.
Yeah, this is a problem with this guy.
Yep.
This guy has a bigger issue than just being a bad coach. I mean, he was a bad coach last year.
And it's baffling to me because it's like, how does this man win 2 Coaches of the Year awards in 5 years and Dan Campbell doesn't have one? Like, it's mind blowing to me.
It is.
And
this is, and anybody in the media saying anything other than what I just said is either tone deaf or complicit. And there is not a third option.
Yep.
We ain't clicked in. I'm not clicked in with the NFL. I can say what I want to say here. And anybody talking about we doing this for clicks, it costs me money to do this podcast. Podcast ain't making me no money yet. News flash. Now we hoping to get monetized. We love and appreciate the Everybody Has One family, but this is not about money.
All right.
This is about honesty. And unfortunately, it's just not a lot of that out here in the landscape right now. These people ain't being honest with you. They sitting here talking about a quarterback controversy. There's no controversy. You have a head coach refusing to give first team reps to the backup quarterback. That's unprecedented. And it's odd behavior.
Yep.
That's beyond being a bad coach. That is a coach that is actively sabotaging his team and undermining their ability to be competitive.
But for what is what I don't understand. For what?
For reasons other than winning.
He's going to lose his job.
At this point, whatever's going on in his head, he doesn't care. And again, that's why it's a competitive. This is an integrity of the game issue. That's why I said this is bigger than, oh yeah, he a bad coach. He just need to be. No. This is beyond being a bad. There's other bad coaches in here. We ain't gonna name no names because this is not what this segment is about. There's other bad coaches.
Yeah, for sure.
This is not about being a bad coach. No. This is about a saboteur that's inside. I mean, this is an inside job.
Yeah.
He's taking the organization down from within, and Myles Garrett has to sit there and witness it.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the frustration comes from. And all of these people talk, well, he signed the extension. He didn't sign the extension to have a saboteur sitting in his face doing press conferences all day. Talking about, you ain't watched no film, and you like, we going with Dylan next after the bye week. You ain't watched a lick of film.
No one signs up to watch their quarterback throw the football 58 times, and only 4 of those passes go over 10 yards.
That's insane.
No one. This is childish, man. Like, and not on Myles Garrett's behalf, bro. Like this has gotten all the way like Gilmore Girls silly.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like, dude. Kevin Stefanski, I don't know how you have something personal against a 22-year-old young man. I don't. I really don't. But to go so far as to the day before the game to make him inactive, where he tells you that he's able to play.
Yeah. No, this is a problem. This is what I'm saying. He's sabotaging the team.
And then then it's not just him, because now I'm hearing that the Browns, if you're talking about trading Shedeur, they want a 2nd-round pick.
This individual is sabotaging the team. They know ain't nobody giving
like that's crazy.
So they're making him untradeable. This man is a saboteur. He's sabotaging the team. And then the last
for sure.
last point that I'll make before we move on, because we need to, because this is going on long. I just wanted to defend Myles Garrett from all of the people talking about, man, he knew what he signed up for. No, he didn't sign up for this. Nobody signs up for this, quite frankly.
No, this is unprecedented.
Yeah, this is unprecedented. Bad actor. He's within your own walls. I mean, that's ridiculous.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. It's a sad situation. And then I think
before we move on,
go ahead.
I just want to give a shout out to the commenter who pointed out that Kevin Stefanski shares the same agent as Dan Lannon, Gus Malzahn, and Brent Venables, who all coach Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I saw that too.
You don't say.
But by the way, this isn't helping Dylan Gabriel either, because they're going to figure out, that he can't throw the ball deep, and he's going to start getting sacked.
And if 6 years of college football ain't showing you that, then I don't know what will. So it's just
no, I'm talking about other teams though. Teams are going to start to sack him relentlessly.
Right.
He's going to get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a little guy.
Yeah, he's going to get hurt. That's what's going to end up happening. The dude is going to get hurt. But I digress, man. Let's move on to the Pistons.
Yeah. Oh God.
Let's move on to our Pistons, man. Let's look in and see what they're doing. They actually in action right now, playing the Orlando Magic. It was 65-64 at the half. So they did fight their way back in after another slow start. They actually up 79-74 right now.
Oh yeah, how much time left?
It's the third quarter, 7 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in the third.
Okay, so still relatively.
So the early returns. I know we 4 games in. I'm not trying to make any definitive assessments.
Right.
But thus far, from my estimation, I understand that this is not the whole team, right? So I'm trying to make all kinds of qualifications, right? not the whole team. Duncan Robinson will be, coming off the bench. He won't be a starter. We'll have Jaden Ivey in the starting lineup, hopefully at some point. Marcus Sasser will be, coming off the bench, but he'll likely be filling in for Jaden Ivey until he returns when he's got the hip thing, so he's not playing. Karis LeVert has been out a couple of games. He was there tonight though, so I'm hoping that that's helping some because we haven't really been able to watch a lot of this game. But thus far, one of the things that has concerned me a little bit is that our bench scoring has consisted of Beef Stew shooting threes.
Yeah.
He's already got a 20-point triple-double under his belt. And again, I love that for Beef Stew, but I don't think that necessarily bodes well for us because that means that he's doing a lot of shooting, probably too much.
It's a telling stat line.
Yeah, and again, I'm not knocking on Beef Stew. I love Beef Stew. I love his energy. I love what he brings off the bench. But we need somebody else to supplement his scoring. You probably like for him to be around 15 and 8, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. That's probably a good stat line for him. And, with him doing what he does on defense, if he's putting out that much energy on offense, it's probably impacting his defense, and I'm just, that's conjecture a little bit, but, I'm surmising that his defense is going to be impacted when he does that, because I think the game where he had the 20-point triple-double, we did not win. Yeah. I think that was the opener. So, that's just a lot of activity for him. You really want him expending most of his energy on the defensive end because, he was the number 1 rated rim protector last year. So you really want him doing that as opposed to, putting out a bunch of energy trying to get us 25 points. Also, I know we got a lot of guys, on 2 ways and stuff like that trying to fill in until we get completely healthy. So, I'm not trying to make a lot of value judgments with that. But what I will say is Jalen Duren is 21 years old. Cade is, I think, 24 going on 25.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to kill them to play 40 minutes. If you see that the second unit is struggling like they were against Cleveland, we went 11 minutes without scoring. JB, and I love JB Bickerstaff. I don't want to be too rough on JB, but JB, my man, please put Duren and Cade back in, man. They're your 2 best players. It's all right to put them back in. If they play 40 minutes, they not going to die. It's early in the season. In the 4th game of the year, if they play 40 minutes, they not going to die. Keep the game competitive. You need to establish a winning attitude. You got some guys out right now. You might have to ride your first unit a little bit more while your backup guys are out. I mean, you got 2-way guys in there, G leaguers, and you running these guys like, they normal rotation players. That kind of gets to me sometimes. And you kind of brought that up about rotations, and sometimes coaches with their rotations in general, it's baffling, man. I'm like, I think one of the things that makes Oklahoma City so good is that they have a better rotation than everybody. Mm-hmm. I think they play their best guys a little bit more than everybody else. SGA, like they without Jalen Williams right now, SGA gets started early.
Yep.
He knows that they need his points early. Like if Jalen Williams is there, he may, start the game out distributing like Cade always does. I think Cade needs to start the game scoring now because we don't have Ivy. We don't, Karis LeVert was out, like we missing a lot of scoring punch.
Right.
He got to start the game aggressive, man. I want him to start shooting. You forget about trying to be a distributor. Get to distributing later. We want you to get a hot hand first.
Yep.
And then you'll draw all of the defense to you. Then those assists will come like water. Like it'll be natural just to get the ball out. But what say you, man? What have you seen? I don't know if you've seen a lot of what I'm seeing, but those were some of the frustrations I had. I just had to get those out, man.
Yeah, we're 5 games in, and we're seeing a lot of the same things. I think to me, what's concerning is offensively, our most consistent player has been Tobias Harris. And that's no knock on Tobias.
Yeah, and I love Tobias, but you're right.
Old faithful. Like we love Tobias because he's been more or less reliable for us. And, he's that, that maturing common sense in the locker room on a young roster.
Yes, indeed.
So there's no knock on Tobias, but this is supposed to be Cade Cunningham's team.
Yes.
And it's glaring the absence of Malik Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. and the spacing on the floor.
Man. Yeah.
Cade, a lot of it, these early games, a lot of it looks like the God bless him, Dwayne Casey days in terms of the offense. The offense looks bad. The ball is sticking.
Yep.
They're packing the paint on Cade.
The turnovers
are there.
Yep.
When he does a driving kick, honestly, if it isn't Isaiah Stewart, it ain't going in. Bro. I mean, Ron Holland, I love Ron Holland's motor.
I do too.
But Ron can't shoot.
Yeah, he a 30% three-point shooter.
And he just got to 30 the other night. Because before then, bro, it was uglier than that. And, Duncan Robinson, the table has to be set a certain way to maximize what he does.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Yeah. He's like the soup spoon.
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like
he's the only particular thing.
The only time you need
if
to
it's
use
not soup,
get him off the table.
If it's cereal,
put him back in the drawer.
Right.
Flat out. We're not scooping ice cream.
That's real.
With the Duncan Robinson soup spoon.
Man,
we're not
that is
doing
real talk.
But and then we're missing Marcus Sasser.
Yes.
In terms of what we can do to maybe alleviate that right now, I guess they tried with putting the ball more in Asar Thompson's hands, which can work if the other guys are making shots.
Right.
But if the other guys aren't making shots, because Asar is still developing his jump shot. I was glad to see that Jalen Duren didn't stay in that funk that he was in night one. I was glad to see that because last year, we kind of got on him for not really getting the motor running until after Christmas. But he's
off to a better start.
Yes, he's been looking more lively. But honestly, I think Trajan Langdon has to get on the phone, man. The first call you need to make, and we've talked about, find out what's really going on with Malik Beasley. Yes, again, this is everybody has one and had that real talk. Hey, look, man, is some more shit gonna come out with this gambling thing?
Yeah.
Is the Fed, because we thought Terry Rozier was good 2 years ago, and now he got arrested last week.
Right.
Are we gonna pay you for this 1 year deal? This what would he be able to get, like a 1 and a 2 or something like that?
Yeah, I mean,
147, and then
or just put a clause in there that you can void the deal if he get.
Right, I'm saying, like, are we gonna sign you, and then in April you might get arrested? Tell us,
right? Because
something's got to give. We need to space the floor for Cade. And even for Ivy when he comes back.
I agree.
Ivy needs lanes.
Yeah. But Ivy is a 40% three-point shooter, though. That's the thing. Like,
right, but
Ivy is one of our spacers.
True. Yeah. But we still need him out there to show
he can handle the ball.
That the 40% three-point shooting that he added is there to stay.
Yes, I agree.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of free agents out there that I think, in terms of spacing, that could help this team. Yeah. Hell, get ball on the phone. I'm just saying.
See what's up,
dude, we got Karis LeVert out here.
Hey, listen,
and Karis LeVert's a Michigan guy, but Karis LeVert is not an available player. Yeah. Like, Karis LeVert is dope when Karis LeVert's healthy.
He nicked up all the time.
And Karis LeVert's one of those guys. He's on for 4, unavailable for 6, on IR for 10. Then he'll give you a good month. And we can't have that right now. Like, Cade is at the point now where he's approaching his prime, and you don't want to waste seasons.
No.
And we touched on earlier, we're getting to a point when Ivy comes back. We got to see it.
Yeah.
Because, again, he's got a value.
Correct.
And is his value cresting right now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And also, this is year 4. So,
versus what another team may make available.
Correct. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, either it's time to trade him or re-sign him.
And this season,
you don't have to give him a bag.
And this season, with the East being the way it is, we can steal a trip to the conference finals. We can steal a trip to the conference finals if we get this roster together. But as it looks right now, I mean, the slow starts are brutal to watch. I mean, it looks like we're up 10 right now, so that's good.
Yeah, like you said,
we're up 11 right now.
Like you said.
And again, it looks like Tobias is leading us with 20 points.
Listen, like you said, the conference is wide open. Nobody in the Eastern Conference is scary. Like all of the scary teams are in the West. Let's just be real.
Yep.
Like nobody over here scares me. A Tatumless Boston, and to me, you know, in addition to not having Tatum, no Porzingis, no Horford, no Holiday.
No
I
Drew
think,
Holiday.
yeah, I think those are as big as not having Tatum, maybe bigger.
Yeah, they're gonna be sniffing play-in at best to me. I think so. Like that
I'm like,
roster's hurting.
I think that even if they had Tatum, losing those three is major. I'm like that was with that. Those are both of your bigs.
Yeah.
Like now you were going with Kata and I forget the other big guy's name. And then like you going with Anthony Simons, who can be explosive, but is heavily inconsistent.
Yeah,
that's why he was traded. Yeah, like he gonna give you 30, then he gonna give you 8. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude he's nuclear, but he's a deep ball shooter. So one of them guys that's a deep ball shooter is inconsistent. Like because unless you Steph Curry, the deep ball is not. We talked about that last week too. Like everybody want to shoot the deep ball, but unless you have Steph Curry, like it's not good. Steph Curry is a 43% career 3-point shooter, which if you understand 3-point, that is insane.
Especially when you consider the volume of three.
Like, and for context, Kobe Bryant was a 45% shooter from the field for his career. Steph Curry shoots 43% from three. That is an insane 3-point percentage. Like to be a 40% 3-point shooter is excellent, like for your career, because that's what Ray Allen was. 43, and I know it's only 3 percentage points, but that's a big 3 percentage points. That 43% is that's lights out, and that's why he's considered the best shooter of all time. 43% from three is lights out. Some guys shoot that for their career.
Yeah, bro.
As a matter of fact, Gilbert Arenas might not have shot that for his career from the field.
And we talking like year 17?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's
17 years of 43% for your career from three is insane.
That's crazy.
That's insane 3-point shooting. But I digress.
Boston winning right now, by the way, against Cleveland. They're up 13 into the third quarter.
They got to get a win at some point. and and Cleveland on the back-to-back, I think.
There's 12 minutes left though.
I'm not gonna jump out the window, but let's get to a little college football, man, because nephew gave us an assignment.
Yeah.
He told us did he say pick our top 11, right?
Yep, top 11. I didn't want to have y'all to think about what what group of 5 team will make it. So
I have a group of 5 team.
If you want to listen, if you want to put them in there, you can put them in there. But I just try to make it easier on y'all.
Yeah, my group of 5 team is up. They up a little high too? Just so you know. No, but so my number 1 team, Indiana. I got them upsetting Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game.
Okay.
And then I got Ohio State at number 2 because I think it'll be a good game. But I think Indiana is slightly, just ever so slightly better than Ohio State. On a neutral field, I like Indiana in a close game. And then I got Oregon at number 3 because they'll avoid having to play either one of them teams again in the Big Ten championship game. And I got Georgia Tech at number 4. I think they're going to stay undefeated in the ACC and slide up. I got A&M staying at 5. And I do have Alabama. We got on Alabama about that first loss, but Alabama been rolling them off since then. I got Texas Tech jumping up to number 7. I got BYU at number 8. That's my group of 5 team. Vandy, 9, Georgia, 10. And, I know that's a lot of SEC schools. They might beat each other up in the process.
Yeah.
I got Miami at 11. And I got Notre Dame on the outside. Well, I got them at number 12. So I think that's my 12 playoff teams.
You got Miami and Notre Dame out.
Right.
Because BYU and Texas Tech in the same conference. So that will only be the 4th conference champion.
Right. Oh, okay. I got you. I just got them ranked.
Yeah.
But
that's why I said top 11 because I didn't want people to.
Yes.
So in case the Big 12 champion was to somehow miss out on the top 11 or top 11.
I got you. Yeah.
11 will be your first one out.
Right. So Texas Tech. So I thought you said BY. I thought BYU was a group of 5. They in the Big 12 now?
They in the Big 12.
Got you. Okay.
See, I got Texas Tech out and Ole Miss.
Okay.
In.
Yeah, no, you might be right. Because I didn't realize BYU. I thought BYU was still a group of 5. See, that show you what I know. Show you how much I'm paying attention to the college football landscape.
But you got the SEC cannibalizing it.
Cannibalizing themselves.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually what they do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, they're gonna beat each other up. But I don't know if this will be the final ranking, no. But I this will be something. Then you can just call this my first ranking.
Okay.
And then I give you a final ranking as we keep moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because see, I still have Old State at number 1. And, and like I think Indiana is the second best team, but yeah, I mean, very, very possibly can pull it,
Yeah.
And I don't even know if it would be an upset win. I mean,
they close. Yeah, I think they close.
Yeah, they're proven to be a pretty explosive team. My 3 and 4 though, I got A&M.
Okay, you like A&M?
I like A&M, and also, I can't believe I'm saying this, but if they keep winning, and the media keeps rolling with them, that'll roll with the Tide.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, yeah, they've rebounded.
I think if they can come out clean with just the one loss,
yeah,
I think that they'll get some love.
Yeah, especially since it was early. Like it was an early loss. I know that's not supposed to be a thing, but we, in college football, I think some of those old traditions still die hard.
Yep.
And an early loss is better.
And my 5th best team is I got my man Dante in the Oregon Ducks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got G Tech at 6. And then rounding it out, I got Notre Dame, Georgia, Vandy, Arizona State, BYU.
Gotcha. Okay.
I guess I can go.
Go ahead now.
I did assign the assignment, so it would only be fair.
It's only right.
So, and this is what I think is going. This is what I think is going to be at the end of the year. My first tier, I got Ohio State, Alabama, Texas A&M, and Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first tier. That's who I think is going to be in the SEC and the Big Ten title game.
All right.
My second tier, I got Georgia, Oregon, Ole Miss, and Notre Dame.
Okay.
I feel like those teams are going to end up solidly in. They're going to be the ones that probably end up with the first round home matchups.
Okay.
So that's 8. And then I got the Big 12 champ. I feel like that's either going to be Texas Tech or BYU.
Yeah.
And then I got Miami and Georgia Tech in there.
Okay, so you got Miami in there.
I got one of those 2 in there.
Okay.
Well, no, I got both of those in there.
Okay.
I got both of them in there. That will make it 10, and then the Big 12 champ will make it 11. And then whoever ends up as the group of 5 groups, I've lost count at this point how many groups. What's the power and what's the whoever ends up at 12 ends up at 12. But I will say the one team I think that can alter this a lot is Pitt.
Yeah. True.
Pitt has been hot since they made that quarterback change.
You've been on Pitt all year, like since.
No, I've been on Georgia Tech. I've been on Georgia Tech.
Yeah,
I was on Georgia Tech early.
Yeah. Georgia Tech is the one, though. They the one.
You did. You called Georgia Tech out early.
They the fly in the ointment right there.
Yeah.
It's just something about the ACC that something's gonna happen. And like last year, Miami went up. It was Pitt, right?
Yeah, it was a Pitt. Yeah,
they went up the Pitt and they lost that last game, and that pretty much is what ultimately kept them out the playoff. I just think Pitt has another one of those wins in them against one of the top contenders of the league and of the conference, and then they knock the ACC out of being a 2-team league. And then that's where I think the door opens. I think Notre Dame's going to end up in no matter what.
I think the schedule.
I just based off the fact that they're 10 straight. They 2 losses are against Texas A&M and was it LSU? It wasn't LSU, I don't feel. Miami, no, it was Miami.
It was Miami, their first loss, first game of the season.
Miami and Texas A&M are going to be their only 2 losses.
Yeah.
The media has already forgiven them for those.
Right.
I think the people who going to be in that room is going to forgive them for those.
Yep.
So I think Notre Dame is going to end up in. So I think it's going to be between whoever loses the Big 12 championship game, whoever loses the ACC championship game, and then either the 4th Big Ten team or if a Vandy or somebody else who dodges most of the bullets that got left, that got the least amount of bullets left from the SEC, that ends up running the table.
The thing that scares me about Miami is like since 2006, since Larry Coker left that dumpster fire there, it's just like every time you think they're back and they're about to get over the hump.
Yeah.
And they haven't won the ACC title, by the way.
You know, and they just let me down every time. Yeah. Every time I think they're back, they just leave me hanging at the altar. So I mean, I think college football is better.
Yeah.
When Miami is in the thick of it and
no
competitive
doubt.
For championships. But it's just they've burnt me too many times in the last 20 years.
I think the team that has the most chance of being screwed is Georgia Tech. Because it is very possible that they lose 2 straight at the end of the year.
Yeah. I just don't think they will. I like Georgia Tech. I just like the cut of their jib, man. I think they raw. But you know what, man? We'll end on this, man. I'm gonna give us, since we talking college football, I've always had this thought since the LSU job is open. That's the best job in college football, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you just a couple of reasons why. Number one, because I heard somebody debating this about the LSU or Florida. It's LSU. Number one, there are more good players within driving distance of Death Valley than there are in the entire state of Pennsylvania. I'm gonna just say that. There are so many great players in Louisiana high school football. If you don't know about it, look it up.
Yep.
There's great players all throughout Louisiana. I mean, it's one of the gyms for high school football. That's one. Number two reason, they don't have an in-state rival. All of the kids that are great at football in Louisiana grow up dreaming going Louisiana Tech.
IU Bengals.
They the one Power 5 school in the state. Michigan, they got Michigan State. Even Utah, I thought BYU wasn't a Power 5 school. They are. So even Utah got BYU in the state. Now, Washington got Washington State. You know, California got a million schools. It's only one other school that's like that. And, you know, try to hold your vomit. That's Ohio State. They the other school that's in a big state like that with a bunch of metropolises and no other Power 5 school in the state. That's why they always a power.
Yep.
But Louisiana got so many great players right there in spitting distance of Death Valley. That's why they fire coaches like they do. Because if you can't get the players from right there, I mean, think about all of the great Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase,
Honey Badger.
Yeah, the Honey Badger.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, like just think about all of the great players that are from right there in that area.
Malik Neighbors.
Jarvis Landry, Malik Neighbors, Odell Beckham, Brian Thomas Jr. They got
Stingley.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Devin White, Cushenberry. Like they just got great players right there in that little area. You don't even have to go outside of that to recruit, and they're not going nowhere. They ain't going to Tulane or Louisiana Tech because those are not Power 5 schools. All those kids grow up dreaming to go to LSU. It's the best college football job in the country, period, and bar none.
And you can't have Kelvin Shepherd.
No.
Not yet. We got business.
Yeah, no. Can't have Kelvin Shepherd. Go hire somebody else. James Franklin out there, man. Go get him.
Hey, go get Swagoo or something.
Yeah. But go ahead, nephew. You got something else?
Brian Kelly, the first coach since Jerry DiNardo that would not win the national title.
Yeah,
at LSU.
I was just about to say that. Yep,
And it couldn't have happened to a lower individual.
I know I can't stand Brian Kelly, so I concur. On that, man, we'll close it out, man. We appreciate y'all so much for joining us this time. Meet us back here next Wednesday at 8:00, man, or as close as we can get to it. Don't forget to continue to like, share, and subscribe. That's Everybody Has the #1 sports podcast on YouTube. That's Everybody Has One podcast everywhere else. That's Facebook, that's Instagram, that's TikTok, that's Twitch. Make sure you hit us up, man. If there's any topics that you want to hear us discuss on here, man, make sure you hit us in the DM on any one of those social sites. We will be checking those. If you have those suggestions, man, and we'll try to get those on, man. We appreciate the Everybody Has One family so much for continuing to tap in, continuing to help us propagate the content, and for continuing to, again, like, share, and subscribe, man. So on that note, man, we will see y'all next week. It's the Everybody Has One podcast. Peace.